Hey YouTube, today I'm going to do a little video review of a few new pieces of rain gear that I got. One is the Bluefield poncho with sleeves. This is only $21 on Amazon and weighs 8 ounces. The other is a rain skirt, also by Bluefield, which weighs 2.4 ounces and it's only $16 on Amazon. Both of these are made out of sil nylon, so they're waterproof and very light. The last thing I bought is a hands-free umbrella, which is a pretty cool thing, and it's got a little chin strap here and it stays right on and will repel water. And as long as you got a fairly well maintained trail where they've cleared a large swath above you, which is what I like to do when I clear a trail, this works out pretty well. Before I go into a detailed review on those, I want to go into my prior rain setup. A Toggs poncho, which I like this poncho a lot, except for your arms get wet. So what I would augment this with a Toggs rain jacket I would put on underneath the poncho. And then because this doesn't go down below your knee, your pant legs would get wet. So I also had the Toggs pants. The Toggs pants weigh 3.7 ounces and cost $23. You can get these at Walmart or off Amazon. The Toggs rain jacket is 5.3 ounces, costs $27 on Amazon. You can buy the whole suit for $40. The Emmergency poncho is $7 on Amazon. My Toggs poncho weighs 3.7 ounces. The total weight for this three pieces, the pants, the jacket, and the poncho, is only 12.7 ounces. I have two Sea to Summit ponchos which double as a shelter, and they're much longer, but what I didn't like about them was when you were climbing up stuff, you would frequently step on the poncho because the poncho would come down to below your shoe and you would step on it. Now, the things I didn't like about this were there was no drawstring in the pants, so there was nothing to hold them up except for this fairly flimsy elastic waistband. The poncho I liked a lot, except for it gets warm and there's no way to vent your neck right here. And the snaps, especially when you have a pack on, seem to come undone all the time. They just easily pop open, and before you know it, your whole rain suit is just like this. Both of my Sea to Summit ponchos had the same problem, and then you can't figure out which ones go to which when you have the thing on. So putting it back together was always a challenge, especially getting to the top one. That's why I thought this poncho would be awesome. You don't have any snaps at all. It's all one piece. And the sleeves are integrated, all one piece. I think there's tons of excess room for a pack. It comes down below your knees, so I actually would not need a rain skirt with this, which I thought I would. However, the rain skirt will come in handy with the umbrella. I thought this was going to be awesome, and it is pretty nice. And it actually has some snaps to make it shorter, but I probably would never do that. It's a perfect length, really. Problem with this thing is it doesn't breathe, and it's hotter than a normal poncho because there's no ventilation in the sides. So when I actually went for a hike, I went for like an hour-and-a-half hike, and the poncho kept me dry, but I got wet from sweat on the inside. So I think this would be good in cold weather, but it's not so great in 60 and above kind of weather. Also, it was hotter than I expected because this doesn't open as far as I thought it did. It just barely opens. I would like something that came down maybe midway down and I could air it out. Another issue with this is the hood. The hood is huge. There is no little back tab back here to suck up the excess hood. There is a pull cord which you can use, but there's no way to keep it pulled back so it's not in your eyes. Those are my only complaints about this. I do think it would be great if you went to a football game and it was raining out. You could easily keep yourself quite warm in this and dry, because you could be sitting on the bench at a football game and not get wet at all. But for backpacking, I don't know. It's a little too warm most times of the year that I go anyway. But at 8 ounces and 21 bucks, not a bad piece of gear. This year in North Carolina, we have had a ton of rain. I think we've had double our normal amount of rain. And I've been down here for January, February, and March so far. It's just rained all the time, and today is a rare sunny day. I experimented with hiking with an umbrella, and it was fantastic. I had the umbrella strapped to the front of my pack so I could use it hands-free, but I did destroy the umbrella when the trail is not completely clear above, or you got to go through trees or something, and I ended up destroying the umbrella after a few hikes. However, I loved it. And this umbrella, it's awesome. Your hands with your hiking poles might get wet, or your arms, but it was really nice hiking with an umbrella. This umbrella really sits nicely on your head. Your legs will get wet, especially as you're walking into the rain. Skirt is rather nice to wear with it. It has Velcro the whole way around, so it's super adjustable as far as how wide it goes, and I like to put the less abrasive Velcro on the inside, and I'm like a 38-inch waist, and I have at least 3 inches left over, and I just do that, flip it around, and I can go for a walk and keep my knees dry, and this keeps my body dry. This is a great setup. I really, really like this. I can hardly wait for the next rainstorm so I can go hiking in this. So this umbrella is only 8 ounces and only costs 15 bucks on Amazon. It's really small. It fits in your pack great, and I'm just super stoked about it. So the way you set it up is you hold the top here and you pull, and it comes out like that. And to release it, I don't know if you can see it, but you have to push on that right there, and it releases it, and it folds back up. So super easy to use. The durability of it, I'm not quite sure, because these are very thin little pieces here. It's almost like a wire, and this is all pretty thin. So you should be probably pretty careful with this, but it's awesome. And I can see using this. I do a lot of photography. I have struggled with putting my camera in a plastic bag and trying to take pictures while the camera's in the plastic bag. This might be a little bit too short because my lens is pretty long, but I think it'll probably work out fairly well. Another thing I really like, especially for cold weather, is the outdoor research overmitts. And Zpacks has some overmitts that might be better than these. These are not really waterproof. They're supposed to be, but the best solution for keeping my hands warm were these gloves and these overmitts. And when I get too hot, take the overmitt off, wear this glove. It worked out better than any other glove system that I tried. And when it rained, these were moderately waterproof, but not completely waterproof. So hopefully this has been helpful to somebody. I love the umbrella. I love the rain kilt. A little less in love with the rain poncho. So thanks for watching, and subscribe.